What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Cullination Media, bringing you yet another episode of Pokemon X and Y Battle Spot Live. This is episode number 27, and before we get into the new Pokemon that I'm bringing today, because I am bringing 4 new ones, with the exception of Tyranitar and Excadrill, they were on the team last time, that's nothing new. Anyway, before we get into that, just want to remind you guys that as long as this video reaches that magical number of 50 likes, we're going to continue those double daily Wi-Fi battle uploads for you guys and all that fun stuff. And a quick shout out to everybody who has been liking all of the videos. We haven't necessarily met every single like goal, but the support has been amazing. And I really wanted to thank you guys for that. I know I do it all the time, but you know, all that support comes from you guys. All I do is sit here and talk to myself for 2 hours a day while playing Pokemon because I'm a nerd. You guys are the cool ones. And that's really all I wanted to say. So we're bringing Serperior, Zoroark, Arcanine, and Electabuzz as our new Pokemon today. Electabuzz, you've seen before on the channel. You know, if you're not new, if you are new, I guess this is the first time you're seeing it. But I normally run an Eviolite set, and I decided, you know what, we're going to try to change things up just a little bit since I've used it quite extensively. I'm going to be running a Choice Scarf set today. Now, as for my other Pokemon, Arcanine is a max HP, max attack, kind of like a bulky attacker set with Rocky Helmet. Zoroark is going to be Specs. It has Trick and all that fun stuff, and Serperior is a coil set with Lumberry, Aqua Tail, Leaf Blade, and Knockoff. So we'll see how that works here. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to fare on Battle Spot, especially with Talonflame running around everywhere. But I'm hoping that Tyranitar can still help us out with those Talonflame issues. Now, looking at my opponent's team, we've got Hippowdon, Scizor, Rotom Wash, Heracross, Lucario, and Talonflame. Talonflame rearing its ugly head again after it's kind of disappeared the last couple of episodes. It was destroying my life last week early on, and then once I decided, you know what, I should probably bring Tyranitar or some kind of rock type to counter this thing. As soon as I do that, Talonflame just disappears off the face of the earth. It's just how it works. So we'll see what happens here if I can get a victory. Now, Hippowdon usually is used on, like, sandstorm teams, but I don't really see anything that can abuse the sand. He's got a couple of Pokemon that are going to be immune to the sandstorm damage with Scizor and Lucario, but they can't really abuse the sand in any way. They're not rock types, so they're not getting that special defensive boost, and I don't see anything with Sand Rush either, or Sand Force. So, it looks like the Hippowdon's there for some other reason. Maybe he just likes it as a bulky Pokemon. I'm not entirely sure. It's very possible that it's just his physical wall, and then Rotom Wash is a special wall. You know, that could be his defensive core. So I don't know how exactly that's going to all play out. But we're going to find out if we can get some victories today. I don't think I mentioned it earlier on in the video. It's only been going for 3 minutes, but like 3 minutes ago, in the last 3 minutes, I haven't mentioned what the record is. And we're coming into today's episode at 30-20, so a nice 10-game differential going on there. I would like to keep it in the double digits, so no double losses today. That would be fabulous. So, the Hippowdon's going to lead off against Electabuzz. And that is not good news for me. I really thought that the Talonflame might start things off. So, I'm going to have to switch out here. The only thing I have that can damage this thing is HP Ice. And that doesn't really do too much. I don't want to get locked into that because, like I said, I am Choice Scarf and he could just destroy my life with an Earthquake. So he's going to predict the switch, go for the Stealth Rocks there, which is not a bad move. Not at all, especially seeing that I have Arcanine on my team. Stealth Rocks is good to get up. So we have Serperior out here against Hippowdon. And that is a pretty decent matchup for me. The only move that he might possibly have that could do damage to me would be Ice or Fire Fang. And I'm not really too afraid of that, especially with coil set up, so I outspeed. I'm feeling pretty safe. Gonna go for that coil. And, oh, he's gonna yawn me. Oh, that's okay, because, you know, I'm not really afraid of that either, because I do have the Lumberry. So if he wants to yawn me, I can, you know, just fall asleep, and that's fine. And that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna go for another coil. I don't see any reason not to do that. And if he switches out into Talonflame here, that might be a problem. I don't know if I can take a Brave Bird at +2 if he's banded. If he's not banded, I think I might be able to take it at +2. So we'll see what he goes for here. As I go for that coil, now I'm +2 attack, +2 defense, +2 accuracy. He goes for the double yawn, predicting the switch, which is not a bad play whatsoever. And I'm going to fall asleep, wake right back up due to that Lumberry. Now, though, the question is if he's physically defensive or not. If he's physically defensive, I don't even think a Leaf Blade is going to take him out. I do not think that's going to happen, and then if he yawns me again, then I'm in trouble. I'm either going to have to lose my boosts or fall asleep. That is not good. I'm just going to go for the Leaf Blade here. I really don't see any other option. Thankfully, he did not bring in the Talonflame, and it must have been a specially defensive set, or kind of like mixed defenses. He must have split the EVs or something, because that takes out Hippowdon in one hit. I'm pretty sure that +2 Superior still can't one-hit KO Hippowdon if it's completely physically defensive, impish nature, all that stuff. So, yeah, whatever. I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. In comes the Lucario. If this is special Mega Lucario, I'm screwed. Absolutely screwed. I do not have anything to hit this, really. I mean, I have Aqua Tail. That's going to do neutral damage. Not going to kill it. And Leaf Blade and Knock Off for my other two moves. Those are both resisted, so I can't go for that. I have to go for the Aqua Tail. Thankfully, it can't miss due to the accuracy buff from Coil. Doesn't kill, though. Close combats. Oh, wow, how does that kill? Oh, he gets a crit. Okay, I was about to, like, freak out. How in the world was that going to kill at +2? That is ridiculous. I know he gets adaptability and everything, but Superior has some decent defenses. Did not think he was going to be able to break through that, but with a crit, it ignores defense raises and all that stuff, so really didn't have a chance. Not at all, but we did get some decent damage on this thing, and Lucario is very frail, so we can come in here with our Choice Scarf, Electabuzz, and just go for a Volt Switch or a Thunderbolt. Doesn't really matter. Obviously not going to go for the Focus Blast, even though it would be super effective, because that would just be dumb to risk the Misk. He's going to switch out. I think I said Misk. I meant to say Miss. He's going to switch out to Rotom Wash to take that Thunderbolt, and I don't think that's specially defensive. I do not think that at all, because that did way too much damage for it to be specially defensive. And we're just going to keep Thunderbolting him. He's not going to be able to one-shot me, I don't think. Oh, he has the Hydro Pump. That might actually one-shot me. Might actually one-shot me. Yep, it does. It does. I was thinking I was carrying the Eviolite. Rotom Wash always has Hydro Pump, so I don't know why I acted like I was surprised that he had it in the first place. I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place right now. And I apologize because I recorded a whole bunch of videos, like, way earlier in the week, and now that I'm running low on them, I decided to start recording again. So it's been a couple of days since I've recorded, and I'm a little bit rusty, to be honest. Little bit rusty. And I'm having allergies, so my voice just, like, feels weird. My throat has, like, a tingly feeling in it. Very strange. I'm not a fan. Not a fan at all. So the Rotom Wash is pretty much as good as dead here. And it's unfortunate that I got the Intimidate on the Rotom instead of the Lucario. And, man, I don't know that I can kill this Lucario, because close combat with adaptability is going to destroy Arcanine. Absolutely going to destroy him. I basically need to go for an extreme speed and hope for a crit here. There's no way I'm outspeeding. I don't have speed investment. Even if I did, Mega Lucario's got like base 115. So we're just going to go for the extreme speed, see if it'll kill. And, oh, it does kill! It's a crit! Justice! Justice! We get the revenge crit from him getting the crit on the Superior earlier in the match. We trade a crit for a crit, but it definitely works out in our favor because it wins us the match. I'm not complaining. Not complaining at all. So that is a victory for us. That's going to bring our record up to 31-20. So that's awesome. We have the 11-game differential going on. Hopefully we can make it 12 with another victory today. That would be fabulous. And yeah, everybody's putting in some good work. Superior did some decent amount of work one-shotting a Hippowdon. That is impressive. And Lucario going down, unfortunately, to a crit. Not unfortunately for me, unfortunately for my opponent. So Arcanine did some decent work as well. And that is that. So on to the next opponent. They have a Dragouge, or Dragalgia, however you're supposed to say it. But it's a pretty awesome Pokemon. I'm happy to see it here on BattleSpot. I want to use one myself. I just don't have one bred at the moment. But that's definitely cool. This person is also bringing Ninetales, Rotom Wash, Infernape, Scizor, and Tyranitar. So basically, you got 2 Pokemon that you don't really see too often, and then 4 that are on every other team. And Tyranitar, I swear everybody lately has Tyranitar. They don't necessarily bring it to every battle, but a lot of people have been bringing Tyranitar to battle spots. It's kind of been all over the place. But yeah, I should be okay here. My team fares kind of sort of okay in the sun. I've got Arcanine that can do some decent damage to things in the sun. Sizzler is going to have no shot against Arcanine, especially with the Intimidate. Flare Blitz is a one-shot. I resist his stabs, that kind of thing. Now, as for the Tyranitar, that could give me some trouble depending on what I have. Along with the Dragalge, whatever. Its special defense is so incredibly high. Incredibly high. It actually has a very decent typing in Poison Dragon as well. And it's going to quad resist Serperior's Leaf Blade, so that could be potentially a problem. We'll see how this match unfolds. I'm just very interested. I want to see the Dragalge so bad though. Really banking on him bringing that. I'm going to start off with Electabuzz again because why not? It makes for a great lead. It outspeeds almost everything except other Scarf users. It's even going to outspeed the base 130 speed Pokemon like Jolteon and stuff like that, Crobat, which is awesome. So, what to do here? I guess I can just go for a Volt Switch. I don't think Thunderbolt is going to kill Infernape. That is a little bit too optimistic. I mean, I know Infernape is very frail, but I don't know if it's worth it at this point. Well, maybe. Maybe it is. Now, I mean, because a lot of lead Infernapes will also have Focus Sash, so it's hard to tell. Infernape can do so many different things. It can run Life Orb sets, and with Iron Fist, Fire Punch and Thunder Punch does so much damage. Even Mach Punch does a lot of damage. They can run Choice Band sets. I've seen Choice Scarf sets. It's just incredible how versatile Infernape can really be. I want to try a special Infernape. I think that would be a lot of fun. But that's just me because I'm crazy. So we're going to go for the Volt Switch. It does absolutely nothing as this Tyranitar comes in, gets that +1 special defense boost from the Sandstorm. And in comes the Excadrill. And that is great for me because I have my Sand Rush ability activated, and I love that Excadrill can use the opponent's Tyranitars against them. Because when that Sandstream activates and my Sand Rush ability activates, I can clean up a lot of different things. So he's going to go into the Rotom here. I do not have Mold Breaker, obviously, so the Rotom is going to levitate right over that Earthquake. Nice and easy. I don't really have anything to damage this thing with. I could go for the Rock Slide. It's really my only other attacking move that's worth the crap. I do carry the Rapid Spin, but it's not going to do me much good against a Rotom. And he's going to one-shot me with a Hydro Pump. So that is a little bit of a problem. I kind of want to save this Excadrill for that Tyranitar because I really don't have anything else for it. Focus Blast with Electabuzz is not a one-shot. Especially, I don't even think it's a one-shot outside of the sand, to be honest. Now, Hydro Pump from the Rotom Wash is going to do a decent amount of damage. Not crazy, though, because I am running Assault Vest. So, yeah, Assault Vest, Tyranitar in the sand takes hits like a champ. That might be a max special attack, Rotom, not entirely positive. But it looks like it's going to be a 3-hit KO with that-ish. 3 to 4 hit KO? No, probably 3 hit KO. Now, what can I do here? I can go for... Well, I'm not going to go for Aqua Tail or Fire Punch, obviously. He's just going to T-Wave me, which is okay, I guess, because I'm already slow as crap and I'm not a Dragon Dance set. So I'm just going to Stone Edge him, because why not? It's going to do a lot of damage. Doesn't look like he's physically defensive. I don't think. This might be a max speed, max special attacking set. I don't know. I really don't know. Most of the time they don't run Thunder Wave, though. That is one thing that's for certain. They don't normally carry status moves if they are max speed, max special attack. I don't know what I'm talking about. Not that I've ever really used a Rotom Wash because it's too standard for me. I know I use standard Pokemon sometimes, but Rotom Wash is such an OU horror Pokemon that I just have gotten so sick of it that I've never really used it. So it's one of the only Pokemon that I never really use that I knock. Most of the time I like to try them out. Like Talonflame, for example. This guy just DC'd, by the way. In case you didn't notice, as I was blabbering on, didn't even notice it until it was late. Too late, I guess. I don't know. Not that I could do anything about it. I can't yell at him and tell him to connect again. I kind of want to, because I've been getting DC'd on all the time recently. It's been happening so much, and every time I need to like go check my internet, and I'm like, well, what's going on? I'm still connected. Why is everybody DCing? I don't know. I'm not sure that I had the advantage in that battle. I can't really call that a win or a loss. I don't know what his other Pokemon was. So, yeah, there's really no way to call that either way. I'm not going to count that as a win or a loss. We're just going to go and look for another battle, and that'll be that. So it's going to be a little bit of a long episode this time, especially if this battle doesn't end very quickly, because we are already 15 minutes into this video, and we're going to be trying another battle. So we will see what happens here. Hopefully it's not another DC, or I might have to cut some of this out, and that would be unfortunate, because I would like you guys to actually be able to see some battles with this team. Some of these Pokemon really just outperform some of these top tier battle spot threats, and it's amazing. So what we're looking at here is some interesting Pokemon. Definitely some interesting Pokemon. We've got the Mawile. It's going to be Mega Mawile, obviously. Arcanine, Rhyperior, Noivern, Lopunny, and Slowbro. So we're looking at a Regenerator user with Slowbro. It's going to be hard to take out if I do not have a special attacker. Electabuzz is perfect for taking it out. I might even be able to one-shot it with Thunderbolt if it's like completely physically defensive. We will see about that. The Mega Mawile is going to be tricky. Very, very tricky, especially because I'm not carrying Earthquake with Tyranitar, and that could be a problem. As you guys saw in the last episode, if you watched it, the end of that episode, the last battle, I got screwed over. I don't know if it was screwed over. I'm not sure if it was just min damage. I was kind of thinking that it was, but that may have just been, you know, me being biased about it. But it lived a Fire Punch with almost no HP, and I lost the match because of that. Ended up being a 3-0. But his other two Pokemon were severely weakened. It was one of those really painful battles to lose. I really don't want that to happen again. So hopefully it doesn't. I probably should have gotten rid of Aqua Tail on Tyranitar, to be honest, to give it Earthquake just because of Mega Mawile. Because it is fairly common on Battle Spot. It's not like it's running, you know, rampant like Talonflame and Tyranitar. They're not everywhere. But I will see it from time to time. You know, if I play, let's just say 5 matches in a row, I'll see it 1 or 2 times. So you're going to run into them. So I probably should just be carrying the Earthquake. Aqua Tail doesn't have a lot of use on Battle Spot. It has a lot more use in Wi-Fi battles, 6v6 environment and all that stuff. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit distracted here. We're starting off with Zoroark, who is, you know, has that illusion up to look like Electabuzz. I also have Arcanine on my team, just because I don't think I mentioned it. I do that a lot. I just pick my Pokemon and then I don't tell you guys who I'm bringing. I need to get in the habit of telling you guys what's on my team, because I'm just thinking that you can see the screen, but I don't show the bottom screen, so that's kind of a problem. Anyway, we're just going to go for the Dark Pulse here. I could go for the Focus Blast, but I don't know. It might kill. It's not going to kill. I probably should have went for the Focus Blast. I was really hoping that I would get either a flinch or that it would just flat out kill because I'm Specs. I also could have tricked him my choice Specs, but then I would have just straight up died and got no damage on this thing. So that was kind of a fail on my part. That was not the way you want to use your Zoroark whatsoever. Now, I guess I can just finish this thing off with an HP Ice. Obviously, I'm not going to go for an Electric-type move because, you know, obviously he's immune to that. That would be kind of stupid of me. So he's going to go into the Lopunny here as I go for the HP Ice. That's really not going to do that much damage to this thing, and I'm going to be locked into it. So that is a little bit of a problem for me. For this real Electabuzz, so I pretty much am forced to switch out into Arcanine here. I'm going to get the Intimidate off, but I don't think that's going to matter too much. A lot of times these things only run one attack, and that's going to be Return. I don't know if this one's going to necessarily be running that, but that's the most common thing. They like to run Switcheroo with like Toxic Orb, Flame Orb, that kind of stuff. This one actually is an Assault Vest, so we're going to gain an Assault Vest, which means we can't use Morning Sun. That's my only non-attacking move. So I need to keep that in mind. It is going to give me a buff to my special defense, though, which is pretty good, I suppose. It's not going to do me any good against Rhyperior or Lopunny. Depends on what his other Pokemon is. And also now making physical contact with this Lopunny will also give me the Rocky Helmet damage. So that is a little bit of a problem, I suppose. So he's going to switch in his own Arcanine here. So we have an Arcanine face-off happening right now. He's going to intimidate me as I go for that close combat. That's going to do a decent amount of damage. I think that would actually do very respectable damage if I was not intimidated. Because I am indeed running max attack. A lot of the Arcanines that I see and that I talk to people, you know, and they say, or I ask them, you know, what their spread is, it's usually either fully defensive with full HP and full physical defense, you know, with the Intimidate and all that stuff, or they're running a more offensive set that is, you know, 252 attack, 252 speed. I very rarely run into someone that's running a max HP, max attack set, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to try that out. I feel like Arcanine can really work the bulky attacking set very well, so I gave him 3 attacks and Morning Sun. And now we get to intimidate this Arcanine as I switch out and switch back in. He's just going for the extreme speed. That's really not going to do anything to me. At this point, I really wish I still had my Rocky Helmet, though. I really, really do. Because that would wear this thing down really fast. And I don't know what item he's holding. I don't know, because I didn't get hit by Rocky Helmet damage when I hit him with close combat, and he's not showing leftovers, so I don't know what this thing is. He's hit me with an attack, there's no life orb either. So maybe it's Assault Vest? Is that a thing? Assault Vest Arcanine? I guess that could be a thing. But, I don't know. So he's going to sack off his Rhyperior here, because he doesn't really need it anymore. Both of my Pokemon are going to outspeed it and kill it in one shot from that health range. So he's just going to sack it off. And that's actually a smart play because he can come back in with Arcanine and intimidate me if he wants to. And it basically just gives him, you know, the free intimidate. And that's exactly what he's going to do. So with the Rhyperior gone, that really doesn't hurt him too much. We're down to 2 Pokemon apiece here, but I'm pretty sure he has the advantage. Because I can't use Morning Sun even if I wanted to. So I do not have any recovery whatsoever. And that is a problem. That is a big problem. I'm going to be very limited in how many hits I can take with this thing now. And I'm not running, you know, the max defense investment. So, and I don't have the Rocky Helmet. So this is definitely tilting in my opponent's favor here. But we're not going to give up. Of course not. Of course not. I pretty much have to switch out here, I'm thinking. I mean, if I don't switch out, close combat's not really going to do anything. I don't know. I don't know. He's going to go for the extreme speed. That does a lot of damage, and I decided to just go for an extreme speed of my own, and he's going to win the speed tie. I'm pretty sure that this thing is fully defensive now that I think about it. Looking at how much damage things are doing, I really think that's physically defensive. He wins the speed tie because I'm pretty sure neither one of us has investment in speed. That is bad. I'm in the red zone now. Electabuzz is going to go down to the extreme speed, and I pretty much had to do that because that's just what it was. Electabuzz wasn't going to live anyway as long as this Arcanine is alive. If I would come in, even though I'd outspeed it, he could just kill me off with an extreme speed. That is a problem. So we're going to come back in, intimidate the Arcanine again, but what he's going to do this turn is just switch out into Lopunny, and oops, I clicked Morning Sun by accident. And he's going to switch out into the Lopunny, let me kill it off with a close combat or whatever I want to do. And then I'm also going to take the Rocky Helmet damage too because it's holding Rocky Helmet. And then, whatchamacallit, he's going to bring in the Arcanine again. I'm going to get intimidated. I'm going to lose. So extreme speed, that doesn't really do anything. I forgot, actually don't take Rocky Helmet damage because of its ability. Lopunny's ability is Klutz, so that prevents it from being able to use its held item at all. So that actually works in our favor here. It's going to Encore me into the extreme speed. And that is a little bit of a problem as well, because I'm running out of extreme speeds. I'm definitely running out of extreme speed, so I can't use any other move. Yeah, that's going to be the match, because I'd have to get a crit. I'd have to win the speed tie with this Arcanine coming in and crit him. And I do not think that's going to happen. But anyway, the extreme speed takes out the Lopunny, and I only have one left. So I need to win the speed tie and crit this thing, or somehow live whatever attack he's going to do, which is not going to happen, and then win the speed tie again and struggle him to death. Again, this is just very, very much so not going to happen. I don't know, though. I don't know, because we had the whole thing with the Lucario earlier. We had the Justice revenge kill from earlier, so I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to Extreme Speed. I do win the speed tie, but that is not a crit. So he's going to survive. He decides to just go for the Flare Blitz because it's stab, and why not? And that is a dead Arcanine, so we're going to lose this match, not by much, especially with that recoil. Imagine if I had my Rocky Helmet, I definitely would have won this match. If he did not switcheroo that Assault Vest onto me, that Arcanine would have died a while ago. Or would have died to that Extreme Speed at the very, very least. That is a problem. And I would have been able to get my recovery as well. So many things would have been different. Lopunny winning the match for him, basically. That was a good match, though. I'm not even mad that I lost that. It was definitely nice to see some newer Pokemon as well in that battle. So that was cool. And that's going to bring our record to 31 and 21. We've just been sticking with that 10-game differential. I guess it's kind of easier for me to remember it that way since I always forget what the record is anyway. I guarantee you that by the time we get around to the next episode, I won't even know what the record is, now that I said that. But that's going to be it for this time, guys. Next time, we're going to bring the same team and see how they do. I feel like they can put in a little bit more work than they did today. But then again, every time I lose a match, I feel that that is the case. But we'll see what happens. So I'll see you guys for the next episode. Also, do not forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, because it does help out a lot. It helps the channel grow. Helps more people find us and make this a little bit of a bigger community, which is great for everyone. So I'll see you guys next time, but until then, game on.